Yeah, good morning. Online students, is my voice is clear? Online students? Okay. So let's start the session, guys. So in today's class, we are going to discuss the pandas. I assume that everyone has recap of NumPy and along with the dictionaries, right? So in the last class, I have told you that before learning the pandas, please go through the NumPy and dictionary. I assume that everyone has gone through that. And in today's class, we are going to discuss the pandas. So I'm importing the pandas as PD. Within the pandas, majorly we are having two things. One is called as series and second one is called as data frame. Okay. So here, whatever the data we are having within the pandas, okay, within the pandas, we are going to see in the pandas, we are going to cover first one is create or load the data. Either we are going to create the data or if the data is already available, we are going to load the data. And first, let us see how to create the data. How to create the data. In the how to create the data of two options are there. One is called as series. Second one is called as data frame. Okay. So this is how to create the data. So for creating work, we are using the series and the data frame. And for loading the data, we are having the different types of functions. And along with that loading the data, we are also going to see the next one called as how to do the data modification, how to select the data. Select the data as per requirement, as per your requirement. Okay, we are going to select the data as per the requirements. How to select? That is nothing but how to select the data indexing by using the ilock or lock or something. Okay, there are multiple options are there. I will explain the multiple options. Next we are going to see the how to do the data manipulation in the data. Manipulation in the data. That is nothing but how to add, how to replace, and third one is how to delete. These are the three things we should know in terms of how to add, how to replace, and how to delete. These three comes under data manipulation. And finally, we are going to see, apart from the data manipulation and all these things, what are the various operations? Means what are the additional things we can do in the pandas apart from this, right? So these are the things which we are going to cover in one by one. Now, first I'll show you how to create the data. Later, I will tell you how to load the data. And from that, we'll move on further. Okay, now let us start. How to create the data. For creating the data, I told you series and data frame. Two options are there. Now, what is meant by series? Series is similar kind of one-dimensional array. The only difference between the series versus array is where series can store the data in the column wise. Array will store the data in the row wise. If you are storing the data in the row wise, it is called as array. If you are storing the same data in the series in a column, it is series, right? So now if I take here a simple example of L1234, if I take an example of L1234, and if I use a is equal to np.array of L, and if I print a, it is going to give the array of values 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1D array where the values are stored in the row wise. Now the same values I'm going to store in the column wise. Sir, left side you are seeing 0, 1, 2, 3. No, sir. That 0, 1, 2, 3 are called as row names. They are called as names. Sir, names are not index numbers. No, sir. It is not index numbers. It is names. They are called as row names. Row name or index name. Row is also called as index. In pandas, row is also called as index. Row name or index name. They are names. by default, if you don't give names, it is going to take the index. What are the index name is then? The default number of index name is range of length of yes. This is the default one. That is the default argument. Since you are not giving the names, it is taking by default 0, 1, 2, 3 like that. That is default argument. Okay. But if you give clearly, for example, here default it is going to take the same example. Here I'm writing clearly. I don't want them. I want my requirement. What is the requirement is I want the index names as first one is A, second one is B, third one is SRK, and fourth one is Siva. Something I'm writing like this. My choice. So whatever I'm writing, it is displaying that one. If you don't give anything, it will take automatically default numbers. That is default argument, basically in this function. Okay. So these are the index names. Sir, what about the index numbers? Index numbers remains constant. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. That is common. Index numbers will not change. Index numbers by default 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, so here we are having in terms of pd.series, L is equal to and index. This is the index. Is the point is clear? Now, just what is the difference then? The difference between the series versus this one is series versus array is both are same. Just they are storing the values in the row wise. Here the values are stored in the column wise. Now, if you ask first one called as s.ndim, this is s dot ndim. If you ask ndim, that is number of dimensions, you are going to get one dimensional. It is also 1D. Now, if you ask the shape, s dot shape, if you ask the shape, it is going to give in terms of 4 comma, similar kind of 1D array. No difference between the 1D array versus series. Only the values are stored row wise, column wise. That is the difference. Next, if you ask s dot size, what is s dot size means? What is the size meaning is number of values. Total number of values, how many are there? In terms of 4. Is the point is clear? For 2D array, rows into columns. Size is nothing but rows into columns for the 2D array. Now, coming to this one here, how I have created a series means by using the list. A list is converted to series. Similarly, I'm going to take a array, one dimensional array, and that one also you can convert as a series. Both are same. Either a single list or a one dimensional array. Or you can create like this in terms of by writing the index names as per your choice. Ndim. What is ndim means? One dimensional. What is the shape means? 3 comma. Same as 1D array. Right? Now, coming to any questions in this till now? Converting a list. If I take a list of 1, 2, 3, you can convert this one to series 1, 2, 3. This is the values. Side, what is that? Forget that one. That is names only. That is, they are names. Don't ignore the names. Values are stored in the 1, 2, 3 column wise. If you take np.array of 1, 2, 3, np.array of 1, 2, 3, this one also will store the values in the 1, 2, 3 like this, same to same. If you take a list also, if you take array also, same thing. Okay. Now, next one is how to convert a dictionary to series. Now in the dictionary, we are having the key value. Now, what are the keys are there? Na? The keys automatically will be considered as the index name. The keys will be considered as index name within the series. In the series, keys will be considered as index names and values will be stored in the column wise. Same. There is no difference in the columns, but the keys will be selected as the index names automatically. So if you take here this one. Okay. Now, what is the difference? Now, observe this one. In the above example, I'm just trying to remove this ndim and shape. Okay. Just ignore this one. Now, in the above example, I have taken this one, right? Let me take the same example here also. 10. This is 20. And this is 30. Here you have written clearly index names as S R U. Here keys S R U. Now, if you take this one, automatically same answer. So dictionaries will take the keys as the index names. Sir, keys as the index names, okay. If I write separately, for example, if I'm writing clearly here, index is equal to, okay, I'm writing additionally index is equal to A comma B comma C. Now, which one will be selected? Either keys will be selected or this one will be selected, means it is going to say none. Because when you're trying to convert a dictionary to series, the default it will take the keys as this one only. You can't rename them. If you ask ABC, it is checking whether any A is there. Any A value key name is there? No, none. Any B value key is there? None. Any C value key is there? None. So that is the reason it is going to give. So when you are trying to convert a dictionary to series, don't add the index names additionally. Index names should be added only for the list to series or array to series. For dictionary, don't add the index. It will take automatically. Right? Now, second one is called as data frame. Now, what is the difference between the series versus data frame? Is data frame is nothing but two-dimensional. Okay, series is one-dimensional and this one is two-dimensional. And this one also you can create using the dictionary. So here you observe this one very clearly. So here I'm writing in terms of 1 minute. So observe this. D is equal to dictionary PD dot series. So you are creating a series. Okay, creating a series. From where? Using array, using dictionary, using list. Using dictionary or converting. Okay, converting using the dictionary. Fine. Now automatically what about the key names? Keys will be considered as index names. That is index of 1 to column 1, index of column 2 with 3, 4. You are going to get the output like this. Right? The output will be in this way. When you are trying to convert a dictionary to series, the same dictionary as it is, copy, paste. Same dictionary. Instead of converting to series, I am converting as a data frame. Now what happens? When you are trying to convert the same thing to data frame, here the keys are there. Na? Keys will not be considered as row names. Keys will be considered as column names. Keys will be considered as column names and values will be stored like this. Each one will be stored in the each column 1, 2 and 3, 4. You are going to get the output like this. Sir, 1, 2 first row, 3, 4 second row, no sir. That is array. Arrays are stored in the row wise. This is not array. This is a series and the pandas, everything will be stored in the column wise. Is the point is clear? So when you are converting a dictionary to a series like this, when you are converting same dictionary to data frame like this, same dictionary. Whether dictionary is different, D is different? No. Same dictionary as it is. One is converted as series, one is converted as data frame. Please take a note of this example. Done? So a dictionary was converted to series means a dictionary converted to series. Keys will be considered as index names. A dictionary is converted to data frame. keys will be considered as column names. Now, if I ask df dot endim, what is the df dot endim? D dot s dot endim means it is one dimensional. What about df dot endim? Df means this one, data frame. Endim, what is endim means? It is two dimensional. And if I ask what is the shape, how many rows and how many columns are there? 2 rows, 2 columns, 2 by 2. And if I ask size, what is the df dot size? Number of rows into number of columns, which is nothing but 4. Total 4 values are there. Overall 4 values are there. Is the point is clear? Size is nothing but rows into columns. Here what are the rows into columns? Clear guys? Now this is a list. Now let us convert a list to a data frame. Now I am converting a list to a data frame. So this is a list to a data frame. So when I'm trying to convert a list to a data frame, that is nested list to a data frame, it is converting in this way. And when I take the array the same way, the difference, now the point to be noted clearly is there is a possibility of confusion. So clearly we are going to write this one. Here one thing is there, one is dictionary and second one is list and array. List and array comes under same category. There will be no difference between the list and array. There is no difference between the list and array. These both comes under same category. So now first let us complete the list and array. Later we'll focus on the dictionary. Now let us take a list. List of L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Array is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that okay? This one is list, this is array. Now we are converting this one to series. PD dot series of L. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Values are stored like this. Now PD dot series of A. Values are stored 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Okay, up to here, okay na? No. Now, what about the index names? For this index names, what it is going to select? Default, it will select as 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3 as the index names. Right? Now, same list one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Array 1 and 2, 3 and 4. This array 2D array na, so I will write as a 2D array 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, is that clear? Now this one I am converting as a data frame. PD dot data frame, where D is caps lock, F is also caps lock, and I am going to convert the list, a list. Now here how many lists are there? 2 lists are there. Both the lists are having same number of elements. Yes, then it will convert. In the back end, if condition was written, first it will check the number of items in the each list are same or not, and every item is the only with respect to fundamental data type or not. In the back end, they have written the nested if. The code was written in such a way in the back end. It will check, cross check how many number of lists are there. 1, 2 lists are there. Okay, 2 lists are there, and whether the 2 lists are having the same number of items. The number of items in the 2 lists are same or not. It will check in the backend. Then it will also check whether within the list, the number of items, all the items are fundamental data type or advanced data type is there. After checking everything, if 100% everything was satisfied, then it will go inside and it will convert. Yes, error. That is the backend code. Okay, this is the function. In the function backend code, if and else is there. Now, since it is satisfying the condition 1, 2, 3, 4, it is going to create a rows and columns like this. By default, what is the column name is 0, 1. What is the default of row name is 0, 1. Names. They are names. Default, it will go like that. Now, when you convert a 2D array to a data frame, it is also going to convert as a 2 rows with 2 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what is the column names miss? 0, 1, 0, 1. Sir, I want with a different column names. Then you have to write column names is equal to. You want different row names, index is equal to. First, let us complete this one. Whatever I have explained on the board. First, let me show you on the Jupyter notebook clearly. One more time. I'm going back with an example here. L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I'm converting this one to pd dot series of L 1, 2, 3, 4 with the index names of 0, 1, 2, 3. I don't want index names the same. I want different index names means you have to write index is equal to. And in the index is equal to, I'm writing A, B, next one is C, and next one is D. Right? Is that clear? If you want a different name. In this first example, I have covered the first example. Now let us try this example. Now this example is nothing but A is equal to np dot array of 1, 2, 3, 4. np dot array of 1, 2, 3, 4 means A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Commas will not be there. If you want, you can print A. Right? Okay. Now A is ready. Now A is ready. Now I am converting pd dot series of A. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Since it is one column, only key names will be there. I mean row names will be there. Column names will not be there. For one dimensional, column name will not be there. Only row name will be there. If you want a different row name, you can write index is equal to A comma B comma C comma and D. Like this you are going to write. Is that clear? This example also. Second example is clear. Now let us move on to this example. It is not compulsory like that. Choice is yours. Okay. Now coming to the L is equal to nested list. In that 1 comma 2, 3 comma 4. Okay, 1 comma 2 and 3 comma 4. And pd dot data frame. This time it is not the series, it is the data frame. Now when I'm converting this one to a data frame, first row 1, 2, second row 3, 4. Now default what it is going to take? Column names as 0, 1, row names as 0, 1. I want with a different row names. Row names you want means index. Index is equal to A comma B is the index. So now index names means nothing but row names. I want different column names. Columns is equal to. Columns is equal to. What is the column names I want means X and second column name is Y. Column name, row name, differently as per your choice. If you don't give, it will take 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 numbers. Is this example also clear for everyone? Example number 3. Now coming to the example number 4. A is equal to a 2D array. How to write a 2D array? np dot array of first one is 1 comma 2, second row of 3 comma 4. Same. This is now array. Print A. If you want, you can print A. Same example I have written here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when I'm converting this one to array, I mean data frame, pd dot data frame. A 2-dimensional array you are converting as a data frame. Now you are going to get the output like this. Now if you want to add the index names, index is equal to. If you want to add the column names, columns is equal to. Fine. Up to here, nice. Now come to the next one called as dictionary. Now the main point is dictionary. This logic will remain different. Now for dictionary exclusively, the logic is different. This one and dictionary not are same. Both are not same. Why both are not same, sir? They can create in the same way, no, sir. In the list, while creating the object, for the what is the index names of the list? What is the indexing of the list? 0, 1, 2. For dictionaries, what is the index? Key names. How both are same? The object was not created like that, right? The object was created in a different way. this classroom was designed like this, another classroom was designed like that, miss? Sir, they can create that classroom also in the same way. No, sir. Why they have created in that way, miss? That is their requirement. If everything is same, then why to create unnecessary two, three things? Waste of time now. So now dictionary D is equal to A with 40, E with 60. Now, when you convert this one to a series, PD dot series, what are the values? 40 and 60. First values will be stored in the column wise. Now here, what is the index numbers? It is index names it is taking 0, 1, 2, 3. Here it will take the A and B. What are the keys are there? It will take. That is the only difference. Is the point is clear? Here it will take index names only different. Other than index names, values will be stored in the same way. Now coming to the same D, A with list of 1, 2, B list of 3, 4. Now when you are converting this one to a data frame, PD dot data frame of D. Now you are converting to series or data frame. For example, this example only if you take, it is series. If this is series, simply it will take the value, first value followed by second value. Two values along with the A and B like this. Values will be stored in the column, single column. Now, I don't want to create single column. I want multiple columns. What is the difference between the series versus data frame is? Series means single column, data frame means multiple columns. Data frame meaning is multiple columns. Data stored in the multiple columns. Data stored in the single column, series. Sir, I want to store the student name, sir. Every student name I want to store. For that, one column is sufficient or 2, 3 columns are required? One single column is sufficient. Heading is student name. In that, you are going to write all the student names. Sir, along with the student name, 4 number also required. Now, how many columns are required? 2 columns are required. Table is required. Okay. Now, PD dot data frame of D. Now, when you convert as a data frame, here the values, what are the values are there? First row, first list will be considered as first column. Second list will be considered as second column. And the keys will be considered as the column names. Sir, what about the row names? 0, 1. Sir, if I want to add the row names, you can add the row names by index. Columns you should not add. Columns it will take automatically. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Now, how to create everything is clear using the series and data frame. Now, let's start the next one with respect to how to see this one. How to create the data frames, everything are completed. Now, after creating the data frame, so now series can be created using list, array, dictionary. Data frame can be created using list, array, dictionary. Is that clear now? Now, next step is how to load the data. Creation is completed. Now let us move on to the next step called as how to load. How to load the data. If the data is already available, you are not creating them. It is already available. Sir, where it will be available, sir? In the Excel sheet. Let's take an example of some Excel here. I'm creating one Excel sheet here. Okay, let me give the name of Excel sheet as example. In this Excel sheet, I'm writing some values. Choice is yours. For example, I'm writing here gender. First column name is gender. Male, male, female, 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 male, and female. 10 values I have taken. Next, I'm going to have one more. Marks, some marks. 88, 56, 64, 32, 34, 76, 80, 74, 88. Okay, something I'm writing like this, marks. Okay, along with the marks, I'm also adding in terms of some kind of, take any variable of your choice, or simply two variables also sufficient. Let's go with the two variables only. Okay, let's save. I have saved this one. Where I have saved? In the example. Where this file is located? In the desktop. Now, how to load this file? Means there is a function called as pd.read underscore excel. So this time we don't need to write pd.series and pd.data frame. That one you are creating in the Jupyter notebook. This is already available. Already available one you are loading. Okay, if already available you are loading. If it is not available, you are creating. Now pd.read underscore excel. Okay, this is the function to read the Excel files. Now where this file is located, you have to write the path, the complete path you have to write. Where the located means on the desktop. How to write the path means just simply open the properties. Here you will see the path. Copy this one. Just you want the location where this file is located means click on the properties. Then you can see the location. Copy, Control C. And here you have to write within the inverted commas. That is the syntax. Within the inverted commas, you have to write the path. Along with that, you have to write the name of the file. Path, name of the file, along with the extension. What is the extension means? XLXX. Sir, what is this XLXX, sir? Like PDFs will be stored .pdf. Word documents will be stored .docx. DOC or DOCX. Here, Excel file will be stored as XLXX. That is the extension. Earlier, before 2007 version, I mean Microsoft 2007 version, before to that, that is 2003 version, we are having the .xlx. And documents also stored as docs with respect to .doc. But now latest versions are having with respect to XLX, DOCX. Where X stands for Windows 10, more than Windows 10. Okay. Now, so now for them, let us enter into this. Here we are having XLX. Now this file has to be loaded. And here you have to write. Here multiple options are there. Option number 1. Option number 2. Option number 3. First option. What is the first option? Means everything you have to use double backslash. Not single backslash. If you use single one, it will throw the error. Syntax error. As per the Python syntax, it should be double backslash. So first double. 1. Here also double. Here also double. Here also double. Then it will load the data. This is option number 1. Option number 2. Either single forward slash. You have to change this one to forward slash. Instead of backward, you have to go with the forward 1. This is option number 2. Option number 3. Simply write in the starting R. Three options are there. Which are the option you feel easy, that is the best option. Obviously, we will feel this option is the best one. Writing simply R at the starting. R means read the file. Right? Simply copy the path. Along with the path, you have to write the file name and along with the extension. Is the point is clear? Now, still more easy one is there than this easy one is there. Okay? What is that means in terms of here this file is there now. Where this file is located? On the desktop. Where your Jupyter notebook is located? Somewhere in the system, somewhere your Jupyter notebook is located. First check where your Jupyter notebook is located. My Jupyter notebook is located here. Let me open where my Jupyter notebook is located. This is my Jupyter notebook. What are the Jupyter notebook I'm working? 2.1 pandas. This is the one, 2.1 pandas. Where it is located means here. Sir, how I can see myself? PWD, present working directory. So in the D drive, data science course, in that Python for data science, your Jupyter notebook is located. Okay. Jupyter notebook is located here. Done. Now just bring your file. What are this file is there now? Bring that file into this one. Now your Jupyter notebook along with the file also located in the same directory. The same thing I told you during the modules. Do you remember? Bring that module into your working directory. If you bring that one into your working directory, the file, then you don't need to write all these things also. Simply you have to write only example.xlx. Nothing else. Only the file name along with the extension. It will load. This option will work only when your Jupyter notebook and your Excel file both are in the same folder. In that case only it will work. Otherwise it will not work. Sir, some other folder is there, some other drive is there, some other location it is there. Then write the path. Whether it is in the C drive or E drive, F drive, D drive, wherever it is. Write the entire path. It is in the same directory. Then no need to write the path. Simply write the file name along with the extension. Out of all of them, which is the best option means, whichever you feel easy, that is the best option. For me, the last option is the best option. This one. I will always choose this one. Because in my case, all my project files will be in the single folder. My Jupyter notebook, my data set, my requirements, whatever it is, everything will be in the single folder. Related to that project, in that folder, everything will be there. I'll make my work like that. I will not keep in the downloads folder, something in the desktop, somewhere something. I will not keep like that. Everything I'll bring into one single folder. Related to project, every file will be in the single folder. So in that case, I don't need to write even the path also. Is the point is clear? This is the one to read the Excel files. So total 4 options I have told you. To read the Excel file, 4 options I have told you. This is one where you have to use double backslash or single backslash or simply write the R, and this one. No. We'll discuss. Okay, first let us complete Excel. Yes. That is the thing I'm saying. We'll discuss that one. First, as of now, we are discussing Excel sheet now. You are asking other than Excel, what we have to do. Other than Excel, when it comes, we'll discuss. As of now, let us focus on the Excel. Okay. Now, here we are having in terms of Excel. Now, what are the Excel sheet we are having? We are just using in terms of by like this. These are the different options to load the data in the Excel. Generally, whoever are working as a data analyst, okay, the data generally by default, the data will be already stored. The data will be stored either in the 3 different ways. One, in the Excel. Second one is CSV. Third one is in the database. Either they'll share you the Excel file, or they'll share you the CSV file, or they'll share you the database. Okay, once they have given you the database, you have to collect the data from the database. If they have given directly the Excel file, you have to load the Excel file. If they have given you the CSV file, you have to load the CSV. Now, what is meant by CSV? Excel, everyone knows commonly. What is CSV means? It is nothing but comma separated values. Comma separated values. Now, what is meant by comma separated values? What is the meaning of that? CSV full form, okay. What is the meaning? Meaning is in terms of the values are stored in the comma separated. Means if you save this one, just see here in the desktop, I'm having the example file. Now this one I'm going to click on save as. Click on save as. Now this time I'm going to save as example only, but as a CSV, comma delimited CSV, and I'm going to click on save. Okay, save and okay. Now, if I close this one, can you see? This is Excel file. This is CSV file. Now, just let me open the CSV file. Same, no, sir? Excel file and CSV file both are same, no, sir? Then what is the difference, sir? There will be no difference. The difference you will observe here. In the properties, if you see here, it is an Excel file. The same properties, if I click on the CSV, you can clearly see this is a CSV file. .csv. It is a .xlx. This is .csv. Now here the difference is how much amount of space it has taken here. 12 KB means 12,000 bytes. Now how much bytes it has taken here? Just 75 bytes. It is not even 0 KB. The space is very less consumed in my hard disk. Now if I want to store the data, whether I will store in the Excel or I will store in the CSV, means I will store in the CSV. It will use less space. Sir, what is this? How, sir? Why it will use less space when compared to Excel? Very simple. If I open this one, Excel file, open with Notepad. I'm trying to open with the Notepad. When I click on the Notepad, can you see how the values are stored? First row, gender. If you open the Excel file, you can see. See, first row was stored with the comma separated. Second row was stored in the comma separated. When the values are stored in the comma separated, the space will be less. In the Excel, what happens means it is going to use the tab space. In between to store the two values, it is going to use more amount of space. So when it is using more amount of space, automatically the size is increasing and it is taking the more amount of space in my hard disk. So that is the reason in the reality, most of the files will be stored in the CSV. Most of the files will be stored in the CSV because to minimize the space in the hard disk, to utilize the maximum space. Whoever are working on the data storage, those people will focus on the size of the data. If you remember in the pandas, sorry, not in the pandas, in the NumPy, you got the int 64, int 32, something. Now that 32 or 64, I have not explained for you. I told only int or string or something. That meanings you'll understand when I explain the data types. I mean database. Because the bytes, storage, all this comes under database. Who are working on the database or data storage, they'll want to think how to minimize the storage. For example, you are having that 4 GB pen drive. Okay. And there is one movie. And that movie is in the 4K. And that Blu-ray means high resolution is there, and that movie is of 6 GB, but your pen drive is having of 4 GB. Now you want to store that one. Now can you store that one movie in the pen drive? No. Then what you are going to do? You are going to do compress. Why you are doing the compress and why you are modifying that like that? Because to reduce the space. Same way. Exactly. While storing on it will store, but while once you open the CSV file, same kind of Excel functions will be done. No difference in the Excel and CSV. While storing, once you complete everything in the Excel, after completing your operations and everything, finally click on the save as CSV. Then it will be saved the space. Now how to load this CSV file? Okay, how to load the Excel file I have shown you. Now how to load the CSV file? pd.read_csv. To read the CSV file, read_csv. And inside that, you have to write the either entire path or you have to write in terms of simply example.csv. If I write example.csv, it is going to throw the error. Why it will throw the error? File not found. It is saying that file is not available. Why it is saying file is not available? Because it is checking in the working directory. In my working directory, the file is not there. So if I open my working directory means where my Jupyter notebook is located. If I open my working directory, in my working directory, file is not there. Example.csv is not there. So that is the reason it is throwing the file not found error. Now if I bring this one into here, now in my working directory file is available. Yes, file is available. Simply it is going to execute now. Is the point is clear, guys? Now, sir, if I'm not bringing that file into my working directory, okay, let us remove this one. What are the CSV file is there? Remove. Okay, one more time I'm trying to load. It is going to throw the error. Now what we are going to do? Second option is write the path. How to write the path? Simply copy whatever the extension, location is there, and I'm pasting here, and along with the slash. In the starting, I'm writing R. Okay, for reading the CSV file also, same logic. Only the function name is, there is read underscore Excel, here read underscore CSV. That is the only difference. Is your question is clear now? Nothing. Is your question is clear? Now, if you want to read the database, this is, I told you 3 options are there. One is Excel file, one is CSV file, one is database. Now I want to load the database only directly. Then there is one more function in the pandas that we'll discuss during the database. First, you should know what is database now. To load the database, first we should know what is database. In that database, what will be there, how to load. Later we'll understand that. Once we complete the pandas, immediately we are going to learn the database. After completing the pandas, that is the order of learning. If you learn pandas very clearly, SQL is 1 day. You will complete the entire SQL in 1 day. Like YouTube thumbnail. 1 day means not 1.5 hour class. My class will be for 5 days to 6 days or 10 days. I'm not saying that one. Your learning will be of 1 day, which is 1 day means, according to me, 1 day means 8 hours. Generally, 1 day means 8 hours of work. So easily, okay, still let me make more simple. SQL will complete in the less than 1 hour. Entire SQL you learn in 1 hour. Okay, okay, this is also very high. Let's make still more. Entire SQL you will complete in 10 minutes. After once you learn the pandas, once I explain my database, and if I show how to connect both of them, remember, if you want, you can write. After learning pandas very clearly, and after learning the database also very clearly, in your entire life, you will never open the database. Without opening the database, but you will extract the data from the database. You will not open database. You will not even write one query of database also, but you will work on the database. How, sir? That is the advantage of pandas. You'll understand all these things in the further. Okay, that so it is clear now how to load the data. Either you are going to load the data or you are going to create the data. Now here in this example, what I have done, I have created the data. Dictionary, I have taken a dictionary, and the dictionary was converted as a data frame. When a dictionary was converted as a data frame, what happens to the keys? It will be converted as the columns, and the values will be stored in the each column. This is creating. This is loading. Is the point is clear for everyone? Creating and loading is clear now. Now let's start playing the game with the data. Once data is there, now we can play. Whatever we want, we can do. Anything as per our choice. No restrictions. No upper boundaries, no lower boundaries. Simply we can play the game as per our choice. So now let us take this one. DF. First, as I've told you, what are the things we are going to learn is, one, series, data frame, and how to load the data. 3 things are completed. Now let us start with the how to select the data as per the requirement. Okay. Now, how to select the data. This one is the data. how to select the data as per the requirement. Or let us create one more column also. Only two columns will not be that much of good to understand. So let us add one more column, something. Which column? Salary. 50, 60, 50, 30, 40. Okay. So just added one more column with the salary, and let me load the data. This data is Excel now. So Excel XX, and function is also read underscore Excel. Done. I have loaded the data, something like this. Okay. Now let's start selecting the data. First, let us start with the how to select in terms of a single column. How to select a single column. Now in the dictionary, how to access the value? D bracket key name. Here key name is nothing but column name, because dictionary, when it is converted as a data frame, keys will be converted as columns. So if you ask df dot columns, it is going to give you the column names. Before columns, first let me ask in terms of df dot endim. What is endim? It is a two-dimensional. Okay. Next, df dot shape. Tell me what is the shape of this? 10 rows with 3 columns, 10 by 3, 10 comma 3. Next, what is the size? df dot size. What is the size? 30. 10 into 3, 30. Next, df dot columns. Columns means it gives the column names. What are the column names? Gender, marks, salary. You are going to get as a array. Now, if you want to convert to list, how to convert to list? Dot to list. To list. Dot to list will give the list of column names. Okay. If you don't write to list, you are going to get the output like this as a array. Next, df dot keys. What is keys in the data frame? Column names only now. Both are same. If you ask df dot keys, or if you ask this df dot columns, both the answers are same. Keys and columns both are same. Do you remember in the dictionary dot keys? Dot keys is the method. Same. Okay. So columns will give the same answer, and this one also will give the same answer. To list means it will convert to list. This one also to list means it will convert to list. Keys and columns both are same. Now how to select a single column means first you have to write the what are the variable name, bracket key name. What is the key name I am going to select is gender. Here key name is nothing but column name. In the dictionaries we call it as keys. In the pandas we call it as columns, or in the panda, not in the pandas, even in the general English word also columns. In the statistics we call it as variables. In the SQL we call it as field. In the Power BI, SQL and Tableau we call it as field. Everything is same. In machine learning we call it as futures. In artificial intelligence and machine learning we call them as futures. Everything is same. Columns, variables, field, futures, everything is same. Okay. Now coming to the df of gender. See, the gender values are extracted. A single column will be selected by using like this. Okay. Now second option, apart from this, we are having in terms of how to access the data, means we are having in terms of called as df dot ilock. How to access the data means df dot ilock is the option 1. df dot lock is option 2. df df of column name, directly you are going to write the column name, is the option 3. df of writing the multiple column names is option 4. Column 1, column 2, column 3, like this. These are the multiple options we are having. Now let us understand 4 of them separately clearly. One by one. Now this is the interview question. What is the difference between the dot ilock versus lock? 100% guarantee interview question from the pandas. If a person is asking at least one question from pandas means that question will be what is the difference between ilock versus lock? Such an important question. Okay. What is the difference? Difference is nothing but here in the ilock we are going to use the index numbers. Here in the location IOC we are going to use the names. Here we have to use the numbers. Here we have to write the names. That is the difference. Okay. Difference is one is ilock works on the numbers, index numbers. This one will work on the index names and also column names. We have to write the names. Whereas here we have to write the index numbers for both rows and columns. We have to write index numbers for both rows and columns. In this, we have to write the names. We have to write the names for both rows and columns. We have to write the names. We should not write the numbers. We have to write the names. That is the difference. Now let us see one by one. This is the DF, guys. Okay, I'm writing DF in front of you. This is the DF. If possible, everyone please take a note of this table in the notes. Write this table in the notes. If you write the table in the notes so that what are the questions I'm asking, you can answer that one. And the same answer can be seen in the Jupyter notebook also. Completed? Write in the notes also column wise. First you write the gender and column, followed by marks column, and followed by salary. Don't write row wise. When you are preparing arrays, we have to write the values in the row wise. When we are preparing pandas, we have to write the values in the notes also column wise. That should be our practice way. Completed? Now, so next, now here I'm going to start with the df dot iloc. First, I'll start with the iloc bracket in between comma. Before to comma is a row. After the comma is columns. In the 2D array, how you have done the indexing, same logic is applied. In the 2D array, we'll write the array name here. Simply we'll write A of bracket. Here we have to write df dot iloc. That is the only difference. Just we have to add the df dot iloc. Now, if I write here in terms of 1 colon, what is the meaning of this? First row with all the columns. What is the row number 1? This is the row number 1. Male with 56 with 60,000. Index number 1. 1 means here index number. So it is going to take the, see, I'm writing here df dot iloc 1 comma colon. Enter all the columns. M5660. Okay, done. Now, second example, example number 2. I'm going to take here 0 to 5 with an increment of 2. What is the meaning of this? 0 to 4. That is this row, 2 row, 4th row. Now, what about the columns? All the columns. So, you are going to get the output like this. 0 to 5 colon 2. 0 to 4. All the columns. Answer is clear? Next, if I write here, third example, example number 3. If I write here colon 8, what is the meaning of this? 0 to 7. 0 to 7 rows. What about the columns? All columns. All columns of 0 to 7. I'm writing here 0 to 8. With all the columns. Right? And here, next example. 1 to. What is the meaning of this? 1 to everything. All the rows. 1 to all the rows. Columns? All the columns. So starting from 1 to every column. All the rows from starting from 1. Done. Now I'm writing like this. Colon, colon, minus 1. What is the meaning of this one? What is the first row will be selected? Last row, that is rows will be reversed. Just it is going to reverse the rows in the reverse order. I'm going to get all the rows. Clear? Same logic now. Earlier we have done. Now, instead of using this one, I'm using here list of 4th one, 1st one, 8th one, 9th one. There is no sequence, there is no pattern. Choice. Sir, at least 1, 4, 8, 9, no sir. That is also not required. My choice. So now, what is the rows you are going to get? First, 4th index row, first followed by 1 index row, followed by 8th index row, followed by 9th index row. These are the rows with all the columns. Sir, for example, if I write here 1, 1. Now, first row will be repeated 2 times. You are asking 2 times means 2 times will be repeated. So you are asking here 1, 1, 1, 1, 8, 9. Is the point is clear? With all the columns. With all the columns, you are playing the game. Now, let us keep this one side like this. Here 1, here it is 0 to 2. What is the meaning of this one? First row. What is first row? This is the first row. Okay. Columns 0 and 1. That is this one and this one. Only M and 56. Let us cross check. Here I am writing 1, comma 0 to 2. Mn56. Right? I'm writing here in terms of rows are first one is 1, sixth one, eighth one, ninth one. These are the rows. Columns are 0 to 2. What is the meaning? First row, sixth row, eighth row, ninth row. Columns, that is gender and marks. Only 2 columns will be selected. Even salary also will not be selected. If you don't write like this, then automatically everything will be selected. All the columns will be selected. In this case, all the columns, I don't want all the columns. I want in terms of 0 to 2. Now my question is very simple. This is the data. I want the columns in the reverse order. Row should be same, but first column should be salary, followed by marks, followed by gender. df dot ilog. What about the rows? Row should be everything as it is. Columns, colon, -1. Simple. Columns will be reversed. Here I'm writing all the rows, comma, colon, -1. And columns will be reversed. Okay. Now my requirement is, first I require the salary column, gender and marks. First one should be salary, followed by gender, followed by marks. What I have to do? df dot ilog all the rows. Which column you want? First one. Second one you want first, followed by 0, that is gender, followed by 1. 2, 0, 1. Now which one will come the first column? Second one will be selected. 2, 0, 1. You can interchange your columns wherever you want. You can interchange the rows as per your choice. You can interchange the columns as per your choice. You can select the data as per your choice. Everything by using the ilog. Sir, ilog is okay, sir. What about the lock now? Let us get into the lock now. Sir, here you are selecting now whether it will be stored. No, it will only select the data. If you want to store, you have to write left side df is equal to. Then right side part will be selected. Now latest df will be with respect to first column will be salary. Okay, if you don't write left side variable name, it will not store by default. It is just selecting the data. You are just selecting the data based on the indexing. Selecting the data. You are not storing the data. Right? Next one is df dot lock. Next one goes with the lock. Now in the lock, what we have to write? Instead of writing the column names, index numbers, we have to write the names. Now what is the name? What is the row names? Here whatever it is displaying, they are the names. Basically index numbers are not displayed. Never the index numbers will be displayed. What you are seeing is basically the names only. You are not saying with respect to the different one. Okay. Now, if I take here names, what are the names I'm going to consider is 1, 4, 6. So row name of 1, row name of 4, row name of 6 will be selected. Now let's just write like this. Here I'm loading the Excel sheet now. Now after loading the Excel sheet, let me make this one. Okay. I'm setting for your example purpose, df dot set index. There is a function called as set index. Any one of the column can be modified to the index. So I'm changing the index of gender. This gender, what are the gender column is there now, that I'm bringing to index now. Now whatever this M is there now, that is the name. First row name is M. Second row name is M. Third row name is F. There are names. What is the column names? Now tell me what is the shape of this one. First tell me what is the shape. 10 rows. How many columns? 2 columns only. These are the only 2 columns. This is not the column. This is the name. They are names. They are not columns. They are names. Only 2. Okay. Now if you print the df, Sir, df is as it is only, no sir. Why it is not stored? It is just printing. If you want to store, you have to write df is equal to. Now, if I print df, this is the df. Now, if you want, you can check the shape. What is the shape? What is the shape of this one? Means 10 comma 2. Is the point is clear? Now, tell me, names are there, column names are there, row names are there. What about the index numbers? Index numbers are not there. Now, index numbers, you have to write like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like this. Sir, writing like that means very difficult, no, sir. Writing like that is difficult now. That is the reason, by default, you will see the names of 0, 1, 2, 3. Who asked you to set the index unnecessarily? Names are already visible now. Numbers are already visible now. Why to write? If 10,000 records are there, are you going to write the index names like this? Automatically, it will only take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9,999. Right? Now, okay, now coming to the point, dot, this is df now. Let's keep the df like this. Now, let us see the difference between the lock versus ilock. df dot ilock, I'm writing ilock, guys. I'm not writing lock, ilock. ilock, your first example. In your notes, you have written the first example, 1, comma, colon. What is the meaning of this? First row with the index number of 1. What is the index number of 1 is 56 with 60,000. This is the one, right? 56 with 60,000. Same thing, df dot lock. I'm using lock of 1. Now it is going to throw the error. Why? Because there is no name with the 1. Is there any name with the 1? There is no name. So if you want the name, you have to go with the m. Then, sir, with the m, what are the row names are there with the m? It will be selected. All the m's will be selected. Sir, but I want only this one, sir. I don't want everything. I want this one only. That is the reason index name should be unique values. Generally, the name of the person will be there now. Name of the person will be set as the index if you want. Sir, I don't want like this, sir. Unnecessary confusion. Okay, come back. Reset index. Set index, reset index. I'm resetting the index, means everything is normal. This is my df. Okay, this is my df. Now in this df, ilock of 1 comma colon. What is the meaning? First index name. What are the index number is there? That index number will be selected. What is the output you are going to get? Miss m 56 60,000. Now here, if I write here 1, now is there any name with 1? Name, index name with 1. This is 1 only now. Name only now. Name with 1 is available. Same answer you are going to get. Is the point is clear? Since numbers and names are both are same. For example, student 1 is there. In this class, student 1, first student, roll number, and name of the student. Student name, I ask, the student has told that Priya, assume. I call the Priya, miss, she will respond. If I call roll number 1, miss, she will only respond. For example, assume her name also 1 only. I ask, what is your name? My name is 1. Name only 1. Now, if I call with roll number also, she will only respond. If I call with the name also, she will only respond. For both of them, 1 only. If the person name is 1, what we have to do? Hey, no, I'm confusing. Change your name, huh? No. His name is only 1. Similarly, this index name is 1. What I have to do? I will call with 1 only. What other name is there? I will call with that name. Is the point is clear? So name only 1. So obviously I'm going to call with the name. Now, okay, sir. Colon. Colon means what is the meaning? All the rows. Now column. I'm going to call the column called as 1. Now tell me what is the answer of this one? It is going to give the error. Is there any column name with 1? No. It is going to throw the error. Is there any index number 1? What is index number 1? Column index number 1? What is this answer, guys? iloc. I'm using iloc. iloc colon. What is meant by colon? Means all the rows. What about this one? Now, what is the answer you are going to get? Marks column. You are going to get the marks column. Why you are not getting here? Because this is the index number. So index number 1 is working. Sir, index number positive index are negative index also not negative index also. -1, -2, -3. I want the marks column with the negative index. What I have to write? -2. Same here. Instead of 1, you write -2. It will also work. Same answer. Okay, done. Now you are using the loc. Loc means what you have to write? Name. So you have to write here marks. Name you have to write. Then only it will work. You should not write the number. You have to write the name. Whether it is row also name only, column also name only. Here row name is 1. Here column name is marks. Earlier I told you the Priya example, right? Roll number is 1 with the name is Priya means okay. If the roll number is 1, name also 1 means what I have to do? In this case, that is the example. Number also 1, name also 1. Both are same. In this case, number is different, name is different. Number is 0, 1, 2. Names are gender, marks, salary. Numbers are different, names are different. In this case, numbers are same, names are also same. Is the point is clear? That is the difference between the loc versus iloc. So whenever you are using the loc, you have to go with the names. Don't go with the numbers. Is the point is clear? The difference between loc versus iloc. Everyone is clear, guys? Anyone has any questions? If anyone has any questions, you can ask. Between loc versus iloc. If no question, answer this. df.loc. What is the output of this one? All the rows with gender and salary. Now same answer I want with iloc. Corresponding answer with iloc. Same as it is. df.iloc colon comma 0 and 2. List of 0 comma 2. Done? Same answer. Whether you write this one or this one, same answer. Now, this is slightly important. What is this one means? Here, when you are applying the slicing operation, we are going to do the -1 for the index numbers. So now the slicing operation is applied on the names. -1 will be applied means no. So for example, if I am considering here 1 to 8. 1 to 8 with this one. What is the answer? 1 to 8 means generally what is the meaning of 1 to 8 means 1 to 7. That is numbers. But it is not numbers now. They are names now. 1 to 8, 9. 1 to 8, 9 means 8 also included. -1 will not be done. They are names. For name, how you can do -1? They are names. So it is going to give 1 to 8. It will not take -1 because they are names. Numbers only -1 is applicable. The same example, if I take with the iloc, now what is the answer? If iloc I'm writing, what is the answer, guys? 1 to 7 rows. 7 only. Here, 8 also will be added. Because here, -1 is logic is applied. Here, -1 logic is not applied because they are names. Which of the students are there between Satish to Mahesh? Between Satish to Mahesh, I want. The students between Satish to Mahesh means Satish and Mahesh also included and all the students are included. Mahesh -1. We can't do like that. Is the point is clear? This is the only difference. Clear, guys? Everyone? And let us continue in the tomorrow's class. And if anyone has not completed any task till now, what are the tasks we have shared? If you have not completed the task, means try to complete all the task of NumPy. And tomorrow, once I complete the pandas, then I'll share you the pandas task. Because in the pandas task, multiple questions are there which are not covered yet. If I share it to you, unnecessarily you will only get confused. So once we complete that tomorrow, the remaining pandas class, then I'll share the task. Okay, just practice. I'm just uploading the notes, pandas notes in your drive. Yeah, anyone having any questions? Online students, if you are having the questions, please ask the question. And if you want me to unmute, please raise your hand. If you want me to unmute, raise your hand. Yeah, notes was uploaded and you can check. Please practice. You can leave. Guys, you can leave. Online students, what are the questions you are having, please ask. Only offline students, you can leave. Yeah, online students, I can see one of the student is asking the question. What is the question is? Abhay, sir, df.log 1 to 8 with an increment of 2, comma, colon. This pattern, how we can select using the log? I mean, you want the alternate rows. Alternate rows, same logic will be applied. Whatever you have written, it will apply. Only -1 will not be applicable. -1 will not be applicable. The last one also included. Whatever you have written, that is the answer. Abhay. Right? Next. Sir, could you upload the difference between the list to set, tuple and dictionary? Okay. That is already uploaded na? Earlier itself. Sirisha, could you check once? Chetan, NumPy, Chetan, please, some of the students still not completed yet. So I'm going to give the time for till today. So after, by end of the day, I will upload the answers. Okay, because tomorrow I'll share the pandas now. By today end, I will upload the answers. Done. Still, any question? Bhumika, any question? Dinesh Chaudhary. Dinesh Chaudhary, are you there? Chinmay, you want me to unmute? Chinmay. Okay, guys. If no questions, we can leave.